It's so important to be in the right place at the right time. A couple years ago, when my husband first was dealing with his health issues, I would say the height of his health issues, he left his successful company and had to go take care of his health. And so we lost income. And at the time, I was a stay at home mom. And so his income was the only income primarily. And it was a very, very, and still is, I'm coming out of that season now, but it was a very, very difficult season. And something that me and my daughter did every single year was we went to a carnival. And it was near our house and it was fun. And we would see them setting up the rides. We could kind of see it from the highway. And so every year we'd be excited about going. And so this particular year, I was like, Dag, like I really don't have the money to go. Like my entire check was just being sucked up by things that we owed. And so obviously I had money in my account, but it was designated for a bill. And so I'm like, okay, I'm just still going to go because we go and we have a good time. And I don't want to miss out on this experience. I'll just be late in paying the bill. That in my mind, that's what I'm thinking. And so I can tell you from having two kids, I typically am late everywhere I go. Before that, before having kids, I actually was on time. But having two kids, I typically am late everywhere I go. However, on this day, we were meeting friends there, and I was on time, and not even on time, I was early. I probably got there like 30 minutes early. And so I was debating if we were going to sit in the car or walk to the gate and just stand there and wait for them. And I was like, you know what? I said to my daughter, I said, let's just get out the car. Let's go. And at the time, I think she was about to be 4, could be 4, I'm not sure. She just turned 7 last week, but at the time, I think she was 4. And so let's just walk to the gate. We walk to the gate and I'm standing there, I'm looking at the prices. I'm like, okay, well, I don't need to get on the rides. And I was reading a little sign. I was like, okay, well, I actually do have to get on the ride because she still is not big enough or tall enough to get on the rides on her own. So I'm like, okay, well, I got to buy myself a ticket and I got to get her a ticket. So all in, I think it was going to be like $105. So I'm sitting there like thinking about, okay, well, if I get the band, like if you bought a band, it was unlimited. If you bought the tickets were cheaper, but you use a certain amount of tickets per ride. Some tickets were four, some rides were 4 tickets, some were 3, some were 2. So I'm standing at the gate and someone starts like shouting to us, like, hey, 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 hey. And I'm like, and I wasn't even in line. We were just standing at the gate, but kind of standing off to the left. And so I looked and I'm like, yeah. And they're like, come here, come here. And I was like, and I still was like hesitant to walk over. I'm like, from afar, I'm like, yes, come on, we're paying for you guys. We're paying for you guys, but they won't let us pay for you. We've been trying to pay for you, but they won't let us pay for you unless they put the band on your arm. So I'm still confused, like, because I don't know these people. So I started walking over there. They're like, come on, we have extra tickets. And so I walk over there and they literally we walk to where the counter they were at. The woman behind the counter put a band on my daughter's arm, a band on my arm, and they said, we were trying to pay for your tickets, but they would not let us pay for them unless we physically put the band on your arm. And I was like, wow, like thank you so much. Like you don't have to do that. And they're like, no, no, it's not a problem at all. They went about their business. It's like it like happened so quick. They went about their business, and then like I'm standing there like, did they really just pay for our bands? And then me and my daughter went, and my daughter's like all happy. Of course, she doesn't know. Like, I'm in my mind, I'm contemplating, okay, which ticket should I get? And, I'm taking it from a bill. She knows nothing about any of this stuff. She just knows about the carnival, her friends are coming, and she's happy. But the people paid for our bands. They went into the carnival. I never saw those people again. I never saw them inside the carnival, and we were there for several hours because when you buy the unlimited band, you can stay there all day. Like you can get on every single ride. You can stay from the time they open to the time they close. So we stayed for several hours. I never saw those people again inside of that carnival. Never again. And I'm saying all that to say that sometimes we can show up someplace not even having faith for something, not because I certainly did not come there thinking someone's going to pay for my ticket. But sometimes when you're going through things, you're going through seasons, like God can send us reminders like, hey, I see what you're going through. Like, I got you. And it was so refreshing just to have that sign, just to have that, oh my God, someone who I don't know, never seen these people before, never even seen them when we got inside the carnival, paid for our bands, 100 something dollars. People that I don't know paid for them. And so it was a reminder to me that Sometimes you got to be at the right place at the right time. And sometimes you got to be not just on time, but early to get a blessing that you were not even expecting. And so I wrote that moment down in my journal. I will never forget that moment. It was literally a God moment. It was a time that I've never experienced anything like that before in my life. But God knew I was going to be there. I was there early, and those people, whoever they were there on assignment to bless us and to remind me that although I was in this season, that someone, obviously God, was still looking out for us and did not forget about us. And so if you are in a season, a tough season, or maybe you're coming out of a season, don't forget about the times that you did receive a blessing. Don't forget about the times that God did show up for you, whether you're a mom or whatever the case it is. I particularly am speaking to the moms because sometimes it's hard when you have, your money divided. Okay, well, I'm paying for school, I'm paying for this, I'm paying for that, I'm paying for that. And it's hard to just remember moments where you had a break. But don't forget those moments where God did look out for you in the midst of your battle. Don't forget about it. And if He did something for you, if you were blessed by someone else, please drop a note in the comments and let me know, because this, I'm telling you, is something that I will never, ever forget for the rest of my life.